welcome back to my channel. I'm Demented Ghastly, I'm a VTuber, and I am a huge total drama fan. So today, our little episode is going to be What If, and this one I should formally explain beforehand some of the details. But before that, make sure to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, that way you may see when I post, as well as community posts in which you'll be able to sometimes vote for my next video depending on the day. Obviously this week that wasn't really that much of an option, but you can also write your own as well in the part 4 of our voting pool, because we are a democracy here. Anyway, so here we have total drama. What if it had all the Gen 1 cast? Plus, in this, I have deleted all of the rewards challenges. No rewards challenges. Someone goes home every episode. Ha 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 ha. Anyway. So, first things first, I did not choose to do tons of research for this one or anything. I thought this would just be a silly little one. Just you and I can just have a little bit of a chat, huh? We could just do a little bit of a what if situation without anything big. So we have our first episode, and you know what? I'm gonna say it. I think Beth is going to do the thing with the alligator and the stick. I'm going to say Ezekiel was more towards the front of the boat. Beth has the stick and hears Harold sing it and goes, "Oh, I think that's a good idea. It's a smart move, because Harold's smart." And then gets them to vote her off, thereby saving Ezekiel, the homeschooled boy, for some extra storyline. Because Beth already had her arc in Island, as well as... Sorry, it's just the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful, you know? She also won action, so I don't think she needs any more screen time. How about you guys? Anyway, moving on, we have super crazy happy fun time in Japan, in which we have, oh look, travel through, team up with a panda bear or a teammate in a game of giant human pinball and win the most points, and make the best commercial advertising Chef Hatchett's candy that will be judged by Chef. The team that's going to lose this is going to be Harold, because he'll still be able to convince all these guys to do it. I believe it or not, especially Justin. Justin's totally going to agree with him. And then, especially because even though this fighting is going on and everything, Cody now has even more people to work on this. Maybe Katie and Sadie actually don't, and Cody gets some time with Eva, because we saw their little interaction on like the first episode, but that was pretty much it. They didn't really talk to each other than that. So what if they actually had a kind of like conversation? So Harold goes home. Alejandro convinces him to eliminate himself. Moving on, we have the anything you can do, I can do better. Would Bridget feel inclined to cheat? That's my question for today. Would Bridget be inclined to cheat if Jeff was on one of the teams? Do I think that Alejandro would decide to flirt with her specifically because she is alone? Maybe. However, I think Alejandro still tries seducing her, tricks her into kissing him, makes it look like she was kissing him, and Jeff sees it. Now, naturally, he could either get angry at Alejandro, or Bridget, who looked like she was kissing him. However, we get rid of Bridget for now on this team as her tongue is stuck to a pole. However, Jeff now has a vendetta against Alejandro. Moving on, we have Broadway Baby. We have, let's see, climb up the Statue of Liberty, retrieve your team's carriage, get your team down a 30-story fireman's pole, boat race across the river, across water and sewers to Turtle Lake, retrieve an apple from the lake using no hands, and race the apple in the carriage, holding also one team member to Central Park. I say the team that loses this one is probably because we're going to get rid of Jeff here. One, Jeff has enough screen time in 2 different seasons. He also needs to be there for the aftermath to talk to Bridget. Also, I think Alejandro could convince them to vote off Jeff due to the fact that he can get Tyler, Noah, and Izzy on his team. I'm not sure about Owen, probably Owen as well, but we have Trent here, who would probably be on Jeff's side, talk about, how Jeff was spending the whole entire challenge sulking and stuff like that, so we get rid of him. That way, him and Bridget can have, like, a little talk-it-out moment, Then we have Aftermath, which does not really matter in the grand scheme of things. I can't use that as its own challenge, so sorry. This one's put meat into a grinder to make a huge sausage to slide down a mountain. I don't like how I said huge sausage. I don't like how I said that. I should rethink my life choices. So this one we have slap dance with another person from a different team and try and knock them off the platform. Do I think the same thing could happen with Lashana? Yeah. Probably. Probably could happen. She had enough screen time in Season 1 and a fair amount in Season 2. Sorry to say, but she's probably going to do the same thing. I feel like there's a good possibility the same characters get selected, no difference there, and I'm not going to watch over the episodes in order to determine who would fight who. This time we have the Amazon race. Race through the Amazon, follow an ancient trail to Machu Picchu in order to find a hidden treasure. So the team that wins this one is going to be Team Amazon, in which they decide to get rid of one of the Katie and Sadie. So I'm going to flip a coin. Heads is going to be Katie, tails is going to be Sadie. It is heads. Sadie goes home. She had her chance to do something while the other one's gone, and now we have Katie working with Team Amazon. We get rid of Sadie, that way one of them can figure out that they can do stuff on their own without their other bestie. Naturally, she's going to be probably really tormented by this, but what you gotta do. Okay, so this one is Can't Help Falling in Louvre with You. Louvre with you. Race through. I'm having trouble. I don't know the correct. I'm messing up all my words today. That's crazy. Race through the Louvre and gather pieces of famous statues. Then be the first to reassemble them. So the team that I'm going to say is probably going to lose this is probably going to be DJ's team due to his animal curse. Who's the one that they're going to eliminate? DJ, obviously, because he's got the animal curse. What you gotta do? We've already pretty much team wiped friggin' Team Victory. at this point. However, we still have our dynamic trio, Ezekiel, Lindsay, and Justin. Ezekiel and Lindsay are friends. Justin, not so much. But now he's got to realize that he can't just depend on his looks. He already depends on smarts, but he already tried doing the thing where he depends on smarts in action. However, in this case, he's going to be less depending on just his smarts, but more of his connections with other people. And trying not to just be manipulative, but actually make allies. This one's Noof Kids on the block. Same thing happens with Team Amazon. The character that they decide to get rid of is... Courtney. They decide to get rid of Courtney. Courtney held them up. What you gonna do? It's either Gwen or Courtney, and Cody does not want Gwen out. So he agrees with Heather, due to Heather being the only one there to try to do the challenge, that Courtney will be going home. Moving on, we have Jamaica Me Sweat, in which we do the cliff dive for pirate treasure, and then bobsled race around the rickety rack. Rickety rack? Okay, we're going to say Team Victory actually does pretty well in this one. I have a strange feeling that Lindsay, Ezekiel, and Justin would be good at this. I'm not sure why, but I do have a feeling. Obviously, Izzy gets the same treatment, and I say the person going home here is from Team... Chris is really, really, really hot. Which I say we get rid of... Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of one from Team Amazon. There's so much potential with some of these characters here. I say we get rid of Gwen in Jamaica Me Sweat. She got injured by the eels. She feels that she is no longer good to run, so she eliminates herself. Moving on, we have Icy London, which is a pretty darn fine episode. In this one, let's see, we have find clues in various places in order to avoid the capture of Jack the Ripper. In this case, we don't have Ezekiel doing the Jack the Ripping, but I'm going to say that from a storyline writing-wise perspective, they have Izzy do it. And Izzy is going to get added to Team Victory, and the losing team is going to eliminate one, which is going to be Team Chris is really, really, really... No, wait. Actually, hold on. I say Team Victory actually loses this one, and Team Chris is really, really, really hot. Alejandro convinces Lindsay and Izzy to get rid of Justin. After all, they've had bad stuff in the past with him. They've got bad blood. Justin's going home, telling these three about how Alejandro can't be trusted because he's a uglier version of him, or whatever I guess you'd say. We have Grease's Pieces. I say that... Let's see. Well, if in this situation... Actually... Well, if we catch Izzy and we get Duncan back in this case... Hold on. Let me cook. So we get Duncan back. Oh, this won't work. But the thing was, in this case, for Gwen and Courtney's eliminations, the Duncan and Gwen kiss thing happened off screen out there, and Courtney is thirsty for blood, but Duncan is still here, so he doesn't have to deal with that. So we put him on Team Victory, and immediately the two losers of this challenge are going home. Duncan says something about kissing Gwen to Cody. Cody knocks him out. Duncan goes home, and the other losing team has to choose one to go home, which is going to be Team Chris is really, really, really hot, where they get rid of Owen. That way we don't have too much screen time of Owen. We move on with a bunch of characters which have a little bit less screen time, and then Heather. As well as Lindsay, I guess. So this time we have the X-Files, which is Area 51 and 52 in the United States. You have to present the intact alien artifact to Chris, which I'm going to say Tyler doesn't mess this up. But instead, we have Izzy break hers. She goes home. We get rid of one from Team Victory. Izzy had enough screen time. People love Lindsay. People also love Izzy, but Izzy has less to grow, and she is definitely not winning the mill. But we know that for sure. So this time we have Picnic at Hanging Dork, in which we have the Outback, Australia. Ride an emu to a hanging rock, then bungee jump off the edge to grab a sheep with your team symbol tattooed on it and shear it. For the tiebreaker, feed a starving baby koala. Okay, that one doesn't count. So I say we have the shearing sheep song. The person going home is Trent. He's still broken up about the Gwen kissing Duncan thing, and it finally gets to him at this point. Just like how it got to Cody, it's getting to him harder, but he was able to hide it better in the moment. So now we have the aftermath after Mayhem, and all these guys make it to the merge. Okay. Let's see, who can we match up here? So we have Heather and Alejandro, easy. We have Cody and Sierra. We have Ezekiel and Eva. Let's have Noah and let's say we have Noah and Lindsay, and then we have Tyler and Blanley. Tyler's sad because he doesn't get to go with Lindsay. Lindsay carries Noah because Noah's, not strong at all. And Katie gets to go with the bear. However, she and the bear kind of make friends. She dresses up the bear, stuff like that. However, the team to win is going to be... Let's see. Heather and Alejandro. And the person to get eliminated this time is Blanley. As nobody likes her, the bear goes back to his home. Blanley gets eliminated in the same episode she was introduced in, because the kids do not like her. This one is Chinese Fake Out, in which we have the race across the Great Wall of China, eat as much authentic Chinese food as possible. Now we have to look at this one. Who would go out here? So we have Heather, Alejandro. Alejandro used to cheat with Courtney, but now let's say she uses, let's see, Eva as the scapegoat in this case. Because he does have manly charms, and that is what worked for Justin on Eva. So we're going to have... Okay, who'd be a good surprise one here? I think a good surprise winner would be Katie winning this. That or Lindsay. So I'm probably going to say Katie's going to win this one. She's winning it for her best friend. The person that they decide to get rid of is Alejandro convinces them to vote off Noah, as Noah has been kind of sarcastic and mean, but also Noah has already figured out Alejandro's an eel, essentially. Because Noah starts trying to talk Tyler into going against him. We have African Line Safari here. I'm gonna say they use Izzy again here, and she gets a check full of a lot of money for doing it. And the person to win this one is going to be Alejandro again. The person they decide to get rid of is going to be... Eva, as she's been dominating in most physical challenges, and they are worried about her. Ezekiel kind of made friends with her, though, so he feels pretty bad. You know, they had a good heart-to-heart or whatever, but he's still got Lindsay there for him. And Tyler, you know, is friends with Lindsay, and that helps him and Tyler get along a little bit. Lindsay just talked about how, you know, Ezekiel's misunderstood and stuff like that, and Ezekiel's like, oh, thank you, Lindsay. Oh, it's very nice of you. Now we have Rapafui. These are so funny. So we have Condor here. Oh yeah, we had 2 in Chinese Fake Out. Okay, so 2 characters were supposed to get eliminated in Chinese Fake Out. I say, let's see, who should we tie it between? I say we tie it between Noah and Eva. Eva for helping Alejandro cheat, and Noah for sarcasm. So we get rid of 2 characters who had their who had their moments in season 1 and got out early. We get them out here. However, they are past merge, so they have had a fair amount of episodes to go off of in order to have their arcs. In African Line Safari, let's see. The person to win this is going to be Alejandro, obviously. They decide to get rid of... Lindsay, as Alejandro feels he has no use for them anymore. Heather pins something on Lindsay. We have Cody and Sierra here. Cody's still kind of getting carried, but at the same time, I really want him in this. No matter what thing I put him in, I just want him to be able to carry himself for a minute, because if they just gave him one little chance, if they just gave my boy a chance. Okay, anyway. We have Rapafui, where we were supposed to have 4 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In Rapafui, I say we get out Heather doesn't get voted out. After all, she has some teammates. Ezekiel and Tyler are kind of tight. Alejandro still needs to stay in the game as an antagonist. So the person we get rid of is Katie, and then we get rid of Tyler on medical leave. No, wait. We don't get rid of Tyler on medical leave. Okay. So, the whole Drumheller thing... Okay, this is hard. We say that Sierra explodes the plane. Tyler gets put in a cast because God knows that's what Tyler does. And then we have Ezekiel make it pretty far again. Ezekiel makes it there last, however, Cody and Sierra tie for like second place, meaning that we have Heather versus Alejandro again. We have Cody coming in last or third place with Alejandro taking him down again. Ezekiel just doesn't make it there in time. And that's when the finale happens. So, how did you guys like this season? Did you guys think that we gave a little bit more screen time to some of the characters who deserved it? Or would you rather have it kept the normal way where we had some characters like Gwen and Courtney getting really far, or characters like Owen and Duncan? Well, tell me down below. Have a great day, night, whatever time it is for you. Make sure to go outside, compliment someone's hair, make the world a little bit of a better place. Goodbye!